What's happening? It's your man Flex, and I'm coming at y'all with a nice, hot and spicy video tonight. And this video is going to be inspired, and it is inspired by a lot of you guys, a lot of my fans that are on my social media, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, you name it. I get a lot of DMs asking me to read romance novels, spicy romance novels, thrillers, you name it, right? And I'm going to do that for y'all because this is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to getting into this with y'all. And this book is a spicy romance novel book called Give Me More, a Salacious Players Club by Sara Cate. And I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. But in any event, a friend of mine gave me this book and she told me, she was like, you should definitely read this book to your followers. I know they would love to hear you read this book to them. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. So listen, grab whatever is going to make you feel comfortable, whether that be a glass of wine, run you a nice hot bath, kick your feet up, whatever makes you feel at ease. And we're going to dive deep into this story. All right. The three main characters of this book are Hunter, Isabel, and Drake. All right, let's get into it. So I had a fistful of her hair in my hand, and we were both in the moment when I looked her right in the eye and said, suck my cock like a good little girl. The next thing I knew, she reared back her fist and clocked me right in the face. As I'm hearing this story, my eyes widen in shock, and I nearly choke on the whiskey that just passed through my lips. To say I didn't expect those words to come out of my friend and coworker's mouth would be an understatement. Damn, I replied to Emerson, setting my glass back down on the table. And next to me, Isabel bites her lip as she tries to stifle her own laugh. This is only the third time I've brought her to our little Thursday night bitch about work outings, and I can't quite tell how she feels about the vulgarity of my friend's conversations. She's not even old enough to be in here. And even though we've been seeing each other for almost 3 years now, I don't generally invite her out with others much. I mean, she's too pure for this crowd. Not including Drake, of course, though. He's always around us. Except for right now, since he's currently throwing darts with a group of girls that look like they're celebrating someone's birthday. I snake my hand under the table to take Isabel's, throwing her a tense smile as she blushes at me. She laughs quietly at Emerson as he uses his cold glass like an ice pack against the bruise forming around his eye. I don't think she liked that, Maggie says, because she too is watching Emerson with a playful grin on her face. You think? Emerson replies with a wince. I mean, I thought we were getting along great. She seemed kinky enough. She definitely appeared into it. But hey, I guess I was wrong. Not a fan of a little sexy degradation, apparently. It's never not surprising to me how candidly my friends talk about sex. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a prude by any means, but I was raised by somewhat of a conservative father who touted righteousness in all things convenient to him, but never the things that weren't. He did a piss poor job of keeping a roof over our heads, which meant I saw and did pretty much everything. Some shady shit for sure. Back in the day to stay alive. But now, I've got a nice steady paying job, 2 promotions in the company in the last 6 months, and a girlfriend that I plan to marry someday, as long as I can keep my shit together. So yeah, when our Thursday happy hours get raunchy, I get a little uneasy. Isabel isn't like me and Drake. She comes from the side of town with white picket fences and purebred dogs. And I plan to keep her that way. And there. These guys getting all vulgar with their stories has me a little on the edge, that's all. When my friends aren't talking about sex, they're complaining about the entertainment company we work for, which is fine because sure, I hate it too. But I can't lose this job. I don't want to see the company go under, no matter how inevitable we all know it is. If I want to propose to Isabel, which I do, after she turns 21, then I need to have enough put away for a down payment on a house and to get her the ring that she deserves. The others might hate the company and want to leave, but they don't seem to understand just how much I'm relying on it to secure the rest of my life. A chorus of giggles catches my attention from the other end of the bar, and I glance up to see Drake doing body shots with the birthday girl. I don't know why, but I catch myself grinding my molars. I don't know why I'm surprised. He's been like this since we were teenagers. And it makes me wonder how long I'm going to be the only permanently attached guy in the group. Emerson and Garrett take full advantage of working parties and events and get laid on a regular basis. But some things gotta give after a while, right? I'm zoning out when Garrett's rant catches my attention. It's bullshit that there isn't a way to match people up by the kinky shit that they like to do in the bedroom. Isabel joins in with the rest of the group as they laugh at his ridiculous ideas. I find myself squeezing her hand under the table. And I want to ask her if she's comfortable or if she wants to leave. But she seems okay. Even if she is only 20 and inexperienced, Isabel has a sexy curiosity that I love about her. She loves sex. But I try to keep things vanilla for her since she's still so young. I'm fucking serious, Garrett argues. How nice would it be if you could meet up with someone who likes the same twisted shit that you do? I mean, you wouldn't have to hide it or be embarrassed by the kinks that you get your panties wet, too. You're fucking crazy, Garrett. I joke, and suddenly the grip on my hand gets tighter. I glance her way as she furrows her brow at me, as if I said something wrong. I am not, Garrett replies, defending himself as he tells this story. Who here doesn't have some kinky, freaky bedroom desires you've always wanted to do but are too afraid to ask? I mean, obviously, Emerson isn't afraid to ask. Emerson winces again, frowning at Garrett's joke. Garrett seems lost on a tangent, emphasizing this idea as if it could ever really work. But since Isabel frowned at me the last time I made fun of him, I'll just keep my mouth shut. Out of all the shit you've done, what is the one thing you wish you could ask for? He asks again. You know you have something, so let's hear it. You first. Maggie replies with a smug grin. Maggie is the only woman in our company, but she's not what you'd expect from a woman who keeps 3 horny men in line. She's surprisingly timid and reserved, which explains why she's pushing this question back on Garrett. Fine, he says. And while Garrett unveils his slightly unexpected bedroom desire, my attention bounces back and forth from this conversation to Drake. He's now standing so close to the woman wearing a white sash that says it's my birthday and a tiara on her head that it looks like their mouths might just collide at any moment. My stomach starts to sour as I literally watch her run her hands along the length of his chest, then up his neck. My grip on my whiskey glass tightens watching this. Just as their lips are about to meet, I'm pulled from the display by a soft voice announcing, I want to be in a threesome. Yes! Garrett explains, this is what I've been wanting to hear as I gawk at my sweet, innocent girlfriend who just told all of my friends that her kinky desire is a menage a trois. See? Isabel, I stammer in surprise. What? She asks, giving me a shrug. Garrett's right. It's normal to want kinky stuff, and I don't feel bad about it. Good for you, girl, Maggie replies. I notice the slight blush of Isabel's freckled cheeks as she reveals a tight-lipped smile. I can't believe you just said that. I gawked at her, half amused and half horrified. Wait, Garrett replies, pushing the issue. You mean threesome with another girl or threesome with another guy? I rub my temple as I fight the urge to drag her out of here so she can't be corrupted by my horny ass friends anymore. But her mouth is twisted as she considers the question. I think either. Nice, he replies. I stare at her with a look of surprise. I mean, 3 years I've known this girl. 3 years I've been in love with her. And two, since we've started having sex, and never have I ever heard anything about this kinky threesome desire of hers. All right, Hunter, it's your turn, Garrett says. But I instantly shake my head. Nope, I don't have anything. Come on, I said mine, Isabel argues. But I shrug in response. No, I really don't have anything. A look of disappointment blankets their faces before we move on. I wish I could tell them my deepest desires. But I don't ever let that thought enter my head. As I glance back over to the corner of the bar, I watch as Drake makes out with the birthday girl against the wall. And I grind my molars again. They can joke about secret desires all they want, but none of them will ever know, truly know, how agonizing it is to keep yours in forever, because mine will never, ever come out. I won't let it. By the next morning, everyone else in the group gets their wish because the company has filed for bankruptcy and we're all out of a job. The panic that ensues inside me is relentless. I'm already scouring the job sites when Emerson calls. When he first tells me about his new business idea, developing a dating app based on kinks and sex, I figure it's crazy and will never work. I almost turn him down. The words are actually on my lips. I have too much at stake. A future with the woman that I love, and I'd be better off taking a corporate job with benefits. But as I look over at her, where she sleeps next to me in bed at night, I think about what she said last night. How cute she was, declaring her desire for a threesome. And I realized that I'd rather live a wild life with this girl in an apartment than a boring one in a house. And if she can live out loud like that, well, then so can I. Against my initial judgment, I agree to take on the role of finding and managing developers for the app. And I make a promise to myself that I'll give it a shot for 1 year, just for 1 year. And honestly, I don't expect it to last the year. But boy, was I wrong. Salacious Players Club lasted for longer than a year. And it became so much more than an app.